So I guess the question I'd have is obviously large employers are also struggling with the space utilization issue, different from NYU's,
Correct.
but typically, they've already got an existing lease, right? Maybe they're using it differently now than they had been previously, depending on where they are, or where the city is, or the location is with regards to that pandemic curve and whether social distancing is recommended or not. The number of square feet that an employee
Mhm.
occupies could
Guys,
really vary right
yeah,
now. So do you see a lot of them also simultaneously moving from sort of the fixed cubicle mindset to this more nomadic flex space where they would want to essentially allow you to book a flex space within a corporate environment, the same way that you booked flex space for the student who has their tablet or their laptop with them, and sort
that's
of it's like their entire life is in their backpack, right?
exactly right. And so the short answer is yes. We believe that flexibility is going to become more of an asset that companies can use to attract talent and sort of maintain it, right? You don't necessarily have to take I don't want to call it draconian, but you doesn't have to have a one size fits all mentality for however everything occurs, right? There are unique use cases that can be built around. But the short answer is we actually this week are launching and we're piloting with several companies the what we're calling Kettle OS. And what it is it's software that's built for companies who have existing office space, right? But it might not be like software enabled at that point. So people might, for example, have everyone has a dedicated desk, right? It might be in a cubicle. It might be in sort of what they call trading floor style desks, which have become more common of late, right? Prior to COVID, which are what you think of as open floor plan, right? It's dense desk-based seating where you can just pop down and do your work, right? So from a density standpoint, right? Historically speaking, I would say in the 80s, it was closer to 250 square feet per employee, right? It got down in the early 2010s or late 2010s down to closer to, call it, at the lowest it was 75, but in WeWork it was like 50. Most organizations were probably around 100 and 125, right? A lot of folks, I talk about this stuff all the time, they think that's going to tick back up a little bit to create a little bit more distance between people, right? So maybe it goes up to 125, 150 just to create a slightly larger barrier on a per employee basis. But the environment that people are going to consume at the office is going to be much more focused on collaboration and teamwork, right? And team building than it will be for heads down work, right? Which the assumption is heads down work can be done in many different environments, some of which are your home, right? And so the main utility of the office has sort of shifted from the place where everything gets done to this is the place to connect. It's the place to brainstorm, have in-person meetings and build culture, right? As they say. And then the rest can kind of be done on your own time or in any location that you see fit.